Hi guys and welcome to Razon.com. This is Mohit Soni. What you're looking at is the Tata Tiago again on our channel, because this is the Tata Tiago CNG, which is now a automatic as well. Yes, this is the very first CNG that is going to be available with an AMT gearbox for the very first time. Tata is really taking its game against Maruti to the absolute next level, because once there was a time when Tata did not even have a CNG. Now they have a very robust CNG. They have a premium variants on the CNG. Now they even have a automatic gearbox on the CNG. So this is clearly Tata taking the fight to Maruti on a whole new level, and with the help of really bold steps, they've been able to achieve that. They've been able to launch it. The pricing is fantastic. The Tiago here that we are driving, and we will drive the Tigor also hopefully very soon with the AMT. Comes in multiple variants as well. So it's not just the top end. With the AMT, there are three variants to choose from: in the middle and the top and the absolute top end variant. So there is a lot of option as well for people who want an affordable automatic CNG variant of the Tiago as well. We know the Tiago, it's a robust car, it's a very nice looking car, it's a very well designed car. You can see the front design hasn't changed much. You get these LED DRLs. The glue from the Ultras Turbo has made it to this car as well, which looks very nice. These are of course alloy wheels on offer. The new 50 lakh badging is visible here, and at the back everything remains the same. The ICNG badge also remains the same, but what hasn't remained the same is this. Since we are here, the AMT gearbox on a CNG, something that is truly new entirely. And just look at this, the much hype part. This is the CNG and the boot available at the same time. This is truly spectacular, because as you can see, you can keep a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of space. At least it is taking a bit of space, but at least it's not entirely non-existent like how it is in most cars. Especially if you've ever sat in the Celerio, you know for a fact that you don't get a boot space at all in this, but you are getting almost 200 liters plus here. So that is really impressive. A lot of stickers to make sure that safety is in check, and that is for the AMT as well. Sitting inside the car, you've got these blue accents on the vents, of course, because it's the top end variant. This is the steering controls on offer. Very similar dials from the past in the front as the speedometer. And yeah, that is what the car is like. You've got some charging points here. Space is good enough, and the door pads continue to be a bit thin. We've got a very large glove box which is packing a lot of stuff right now, and that's a really good thing. And IRVMs are here, which is manual, of course, and really nice black and blue seats, which are very impressive. They are quite supportive as well. As you can see, the base is quite big for a small car. The support is quite good for me as well. A slightly larger person is very comfortable here indeed. The AC of course works really well. This is the screen that we are used to. It has become a little bit smoother and faster than before. Than the absolute original that came in. After that, there has been some change. It does feel like that. Tata hasn't told us anything, but that's how it is. That's the fog lamp button. That's the lock button. That's the CNG button right there. Once you press it, it goes into CNG mode. Once when the light is off, it switches to fuel mode. That is why it has two. That is for the CNG and that is for the fuel. So that's how the dials are. I've already in detail told on my website. Review is live, as well as the YouTube video is live for this car on how the CNG car is put together. And yeah, you've got 3-pointed seat belts for passengers. The third passenger does not have a headrest though, and it continues to be the same at the back, with a very decent sound system on offer. Very good quality. Everything is good to touch and feel, but fit finish of course still needs some improvement, and reliability still remains a concern on how many things that go wrong in the car are something that is a hit and a miss right now. But my impressions have always been good enough for how the Tata Tiago has behaved. And the CNG with the AMT is the big highlight. And then Tata says that CNG, oh my god, it's an automatic and CNG. That is clearly how everybody is perceiving it. Most importantly, how does it drive? Let's find out. So what is the Tata Tiago CNG automatic like to drive? Well, let's quickly jump to what is important. You already know the specs. It makes around 70 PS of power and 90 Newton meters of torque. The petrol version made around 82 PS of power and around 115 Newton meters of torque. So the numbers are lower, and this is the same AMT gearbox that was seen in the petrol engine as well. How does it behave in the CNG version very specifically? What I can clearly notice off the line is that from first to second, even if I don't, even if I am gentle on the throttle or not, it is not upshifting very quickly from first to second. I'm assuming that is done to make sure that you get enough pull even with full load on, because that is sort of the weak point where you need that extra power and torque. And Tata has sort of delayed the first to second, uh, you know, uh, upshift. Post that, third and fourth happens quite easily. Fifth again will only happen if you reach at 60 kilometers per hour speed, and I think that is not that bad, but it is focusing on the aspect of pulling power, which can feel a little less on the CNG automatic. Uh, they've tried to counter that. I think it is working. We are yet to do a sort of a road test where we can really tell you how it affects the fuel efficiency. Right now, the claim numbers are 28 kilometers per kilo of CNG. So these are still very good numbers. You can still expect around it to do 25 kilometers or 24 kilometers per kilo of CNG. What else can it deliver? Well, it delivers a smooth drive, that's for sure. People who stick to the city entirely within the 10-15 kilometers radius, or even 10 kilometers of their own city radius, they will find this really impressive, convenient, efficient, and cheap to maintain, cheap to run at the same time. The petrol prices are still higher than the CNG, despite the CNG prices have gone higher, and that is what makes the automatic a fantastic bargain, because the convenience, the efficiency, the comfort that is on offer is really high. I can't stress that enough, because this is, uh, I can relate to this, because this is a middle class guy's dream come true, because a CNG with an automatic finally feels premium, finally feels the fact that, the middle class buyer who looks for a car with convenience, that is on offer. We know AMT gearboxes are actually, cheap to maintain. They have no running cost whatsoever. They don't have high maintenance as well. And even if replacing them also is not a big of an issue, while they're not that expensive, even while buying over the petrol and over the CNG variant, you're just paying 50 to 70,000 rupees more for the convenience, which will quite clearly make you feel comfortable with the CNG running cost being very low on a daily basis of driving. The efficiency is around 25, which I think is spectacular. So everything is coming together so well in this car. It is just fantastic. The other aspect, the chassis part, ride quality, brilliant, very comfortable over all sorts of road. I really went through a bad patch, and it just took it really well. The steering is light when you want it, precise when you want it, gets heavier also to a certain extent on the highway. Body roll is well in check. Even if I do a fast lane change at, let's say, 70 kilometers an hour, body roll isn't that much. So, that is also fantastic. You're not really going to go cornering in this car. Even if you do on a ghat section, you will not be disappointed. It is not going to feel like a yesteryear old CNG car, which is very slow and pathetic and doesn't even handle. The steering is no feedback. All of that is sorted. So this is the true premium experience at a budget price. I cannot stress enough on that aspect, which is again a game-changing aspect of this car. Tata knows that they've made this fantastic game changer yet again, because this platform and this very specific Tiago, the Tigor also has everything similar to this, with more boot space and slightly more space. This is just the magic of the platform. This platform has always delivered one of the best hatchbacks experience that Indian customers can look forward to. It all started with the almighty Indiga, and it still continues to deliver in the Tiago. You just can't not realize that aspect, because they made the petrol and diesel, then they discontinued the diesel, then they got in the petrol AMT, then they got the CNG, then they got the EV, now they have the CNG automatic. This is a fantastic engineering mantra that everybody needs to learn and understand in India, because hats off to what these guys are doing. Why didn't Maruti do it? The very clear question. They did not have the will, and the technology back then was not really that reliable to put a CNG with the AMT. This is still not very proven right now. This is still very, very new. We don't know. But given the fact that this platform has proven itself, the engine in that, the petrol engine in this car has gone through two emission changes, in fact three, BS4 to BS6 and BS6 to BS6 2.0, and it just delivers. So I think that is where Tata got the will to decide and do automatic gearbox for this CNG. I again cannot stress enough how easy, how efficient, comfortable, and cheap to run and cheap to buy this car is going to be. The AMT is always not that expensive to buy or repair or whatever, or to maintain. So there's no fancy liquids or anything. It is just an AMT, which is and what I've explained again and again in my AMT videos is that it's a manual gearbox where the clutch has been taken over by an electronic actuator, and that is doing the job for you. It is saving your left leg. So it is as simple as that. Simple engineering, fantastic engineering, all the packaging coming together quite well. This platform has become robust. This is one of those few cars, very specifically the Tiago, has just become really really impressive with every powertrain option that has come in, and that is uh, you know something that Tata needs to, uh, you know, truly deserves a lot of credit and appreciation for. We can't stress enough on that aspect as well. That's it. I've already told you that the pricing is right. There are three variants to choose from, and it's coming together really well, and can't wait to spend more time. Can't wait to do more videos on the Tigor as well as the road test on these two. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and social media for everyday updates. Until then, goodbye.